Assalamualaikum. Hey y'all, welcome back and thank you so much kerana masih bersama dengan eTuisyen online. So with me, Miss Anis for tonight class on English Standard 6 KSSR. So kalau this is your first time, welcome and thank you for choosing eTuisyen online. If this is not, welcome back as you are still here with me to learn English with me. Hi Kashvina, betul ke? I'm saying your name there, Kashvina. What? Remember you asked me to call you Kash, isn't it? Hi, I am well. Thank you so much. How are you, my dear? How are you? Anyone else as well on the virtual world? How are you, Kash? I hope you are healthy and excited to learn today with me. Okay, so as usual, if I'm not mistaken, we always go through the checklist. But the thing is, as I promised last week, not what something different. I am fine, awesome, alhamdulillah. Thank goodness. Alright, so as I was saying, I'm going to do something different because usually we will go through the checklist and housekeeping, blah, 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 thingy to ensure your session is smooth. Other thing that I wanted to do is we're going to do word of the week because I was thinking, how about let's share a word, okay? Let's share a word of the week because technically you do have once in a week class with me, right? So, to help you increase more vocab. I was thinking to give you more words on how, what's the meaning of it, how do you pronounce it, how do you spell it, is it a noun, is it a verb, and then how do you use in a sentence so that you can use it in the future. Okay, so that's what I was thinking and I hope that this can help you. If you think, Miss, no need lah, let me know. But Miss, this is helpful, let me know as well because I don't know whether does it really gonna help you or should I do it some other way. So let's try to improve and learn together. Okay, so as usual, if your battery is not fully charged, go charge it. Resolution high to 1080. Definition HD so that you can see anything that I'm going to write on board. Social media, if you have not done so, follow our YouTube channel, go. Okay, and like this video as well if it's helpful for you, and also share the channel with your friends. Now, let's go through this word of the week. So the word that I choose is park. So it seems simple, but actually this park word, okay, P-A-R-K, ada dua. One is in the noun form and another one is on the verb form. Now, if you notice, so how I got it is from my dictionary. So this is my beloved English language to English language dictionary that I have been using since I was standard 6. Okay, I've been using this since I was 12 years old until now. So you can see how bad Holy is looking like because it's more than 15 years old already, this book. Still relevant. Okay, so this word park, as you can see, if you have a dictionary, good. But if you don't have, don't worry. You can also use the online dictionary. So this symbol here, yang N ni, next to the park word, right? N ni, it's symbolized, it's a noun. Okay, so for this one, right, the V word, it's a verb. Now you can also see this kind of symbols as well in dictionary, other than noun and verb. You can also find ADV, which means adverb, or ADJ, which means adjectives. Okay, so there's others as well, but these symbols are the main ones that you will find in your English dictionary. Okay, all right. So the first one, I'm going to cover on the right one, and then we're going to cover on the left one. So the part one, okay, but the noun form of the part, okay. So this one, before we go through the meaning, right? So as you can see here, there's this funny looking writing here. Okay, so this funny looking writing, it's not actually a different language or anything. No. is actually showing you how to pronounce it, especially on the British accent. Now, what we learn, okay, for Malaysia, English, right? We learn the Cambridge English or British accent ones. Because depending on where you go, if you go to Australia, if you go to Spain, if you go to Russia, okay, or even USA, right? Different places have different accent or how they pronounce the words. But for our English that we learn here in Malaysia, what we learn is the British pronunciation, British accent. So here, it might look some funny, but you can, if you have an English language to English language, it will show you how to pronounce it. But for this, let me just tell you how you say the word is either park, okay, park or park. There's like this pronunciation of you make the R sound as well. So there's two ways of saying it. Okay, now, so this park which is a noun, what does it mean? It's actually in Malay is taman. Okay, right, so siapa yang tak tahu lah, for you to know, in Malay it is taman. Okay, so in English, if you were to explain it, okay, not to translate it, but explain what does it mean by park for the noun one, it's a large open area with grass and trees, especially in a town where people can walk, play games, have picnic, etc. Okay, so dia, kalau for the translate in Malay, so it's a kawasan luas yang ada rumput, yang ada pokok, especially dekat dalam town, dalam city. Sebab kalau dekat suburb, you don't call it park. Okay, itu dah jadi hutan maksudnya. Okay, so here what you call it is a park. And then what people do in a park, okay, what is the verb that usually associate with park is, they will walk, they will have picnic, they will play ball, they will fly the kites if it's windy. Okay, so this is the part that is a noun. Now, how do you use it in a sentence? Let me give you an example. Always go back to my dictionary. Okay, so I'll give you this one. It's simple. Let's go. Oh, sorry. Let's go for a walk in the park. Okay, so that's how you use it if the word park is a noun. Okay, so that's the first one. Now, second one, the verb one. Totally different meaning. Okay, it's spelled the same. It's spelled with P-A-R-K, and also pronounce it as park as well. But depending on how you use it, if you use it as a verb, this is what it means. Parking kereta. Okay, senang cakap. Right, so to put a car or other vehicle. Sorry, my vehicle looks like behind. Sorry. It's actually vehicle. Vehicle is actually kenderaan. Okay, in a particular place for a period of time. Okay, so what it means is, you letak kereta ataupun any kenderaan, okay, dekat satu tempat particular for a period of time. So tak ada tinggal abandon your car lah. You just park your car and then later after a few hours or certain time you come back and get your car back. Okay, so that's what it means by this word. Okay, so because if you put a car and then you tak ambil, you just let it be, you abandon your car. But if you're gonna come and take it back, it's parking the car. Okay, how do you use this word? Say for example, you use it in a dialogue. You can't park your car here. It's illegal. Said the police officer. Okay, And okay, come on. Alright, so here, you can't park your car here. It's illegal, said the police officer. So meaning you cannot park your car. Okay, so this is how you use it when it's a verb. Okay, so with one word, spell the same. No, yes, one word, spell the same. It also pronounced the same, but have two different meanings when you use it in two different contexts. So now so for your later, like especially when you go in the sekolah menengah later, when especially for PT3, right? You're not only going to be tested on your writing, on your reading, you'll also be going to be tested on how you pronounce the words or how you speak in English, and also how you listen to it. So because when you know how to pronounce it, you know when you listen to an audio or someone say it, you can spell the word right. Okay, so if this is helpful for you, okay, I think I'm going to continue it for the weeks after, so that at least every week you learn one new word. Okay, sounds good, everyone? I'm going to continue this. Is it helpful? If it's not, let me know. If it is, let's continue. Okay, so that's the word of the week that I'm covering right now. Let's get started on the grammar. So what we're going to learn tonight is grammar future tense. So we dah belajar, okay, we learned already past tense, present tense, and now we're going to learn on future tense. So future tense means what you answer. I mean, like if say someone comes to you and asks you this question, what is happening next week? What's gonna, what are you doing next week? Where are you sleeping next week? Where are you eating next Monday? So something that is gonna happen in the future. So this is what future tense means. Now, for your level, for standard 6, what you're gonna learn, so macam for past tense and present tense, you learn 3 forms of it, right? But for future tense, you're gonna only learn 2 forms of it. Okay? So the first one, what we call is simple future. Okay, so what does it mean by simple future tense? When you have something or action or activity that you plan with your family, with your friends, that's going to happen in the future, okay? So this is where you would use simple future, where it's very general, it's going to happen in the future, but it has to be scheduled, meaning like you know it's going to happen sometime in the future, but you just don't say it on a specific time or by a certain time, okay? But if so you know it's going to happen, okay, you already schedule it, so in general, and you want to talk about it, so you would use simple future. You tahu ada satu benda nak jadi, contohlah minggu depan nak plan party, birthday party ke apa kan, minggu depan kan. So you will use simple future. You didn't specify a certain timing yet. Yang tu the second one. Okay, so this one general. So general dia ada formula. Okay, but before that, so this simple future, you will use it when you have any action that is promised to happen in the future. Okay? In the future. Alright. Formula. Okay, so simple past and simple present, you will have your subject, okay, the doer, the one that's gonna I guess do the verb thingy, right? That's gonna be actioning the verb, right? Yang buat the verb semua tu, that's the subject. And then you tukar the verbs. You either put S or ES for present tense, and then kalau untuk past tense, you tambah ED ataupun tambah D or tukar sikit dia spelling, right? So itu simple past and present. Simple future, still simple, but tukar sikit. Now, here you don't change your verb, but you add a word. Okay, so here, what is the word? You have your subject first. Okay, subject ni can be he, she, we. Okay, then you have subject and then you add this word, will. Okay, I will, she will, we will, it will, my mother will, my family will. Okay, will, and then your verb would be the root one, the root form. Okay, so if you joined me last week, okay, if you were with me in my class last week, I shared you a table that has these few columns, okay? So there's like the base form, okay, this is like the base form, and then there's like the, I think it's a past tense, past participle, and then there's that es, ies kind of form, and then the ing one that I shared last week. Use that. Okay, because that's going to help you to remember how does the root form will spell like, if it's in past participle, how do you spell it, okay? It's going to help you, right? So this is what it means, the root form, like you don't change anything. Kalau you dapat dictionary, like say for example, you go into the dictionary and you try to find the root, I mean like the meaning of the word, and then they give you like this simple word. That's what it is, the root form, ataupun the base one. It doesn't be it's not affected by any tenses, it's not changed, it's the original, that's another word, the original word of it, okay? You don't need to change anything. So that's why it's simple, because what you need to do is just tambah will sahaja. You don't need to change anything to the verb. Okay, let me give you a few examples. Now, if you have not done so, there's actually under the description, there's a link for you to download the nota or handout that I give to you for you to use. Kalau tak ada, don't worry. What I'm going to cover is here on the board. Okay, so this simple future, let me give you the first example. We will move to another city. Okay, so look at this sentence. All right, remember our subject verb agreement that we learned. When did we learn that? 3 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so don't worry if this is your first class. You can go to eTuisyen.my and then try to find the past class so that you can catch up. Okay, all right. So look at here. So we will move to another city. Okay, so here kita akan pindah ke bandar lain. Okay, so if say that the translation macam akan terjadi, so akan terjadi nanti schedule minggu depan, alright? So this is where you would use simple future, right? So here your subject is we. Okay, this is your subject, and then you have the will word here. Now your verb, you take the base form. I put root one there. We use the same one. Root word. Okay? You don't need to change anything. Just take the original spelling. So that's why it's simple. It's just as simple as just adding will. Okay? So another thing I wanted to tell you, yes, when we learn subject-verb agreement, singular subject must be paired with singular verb, and plural subject must be paired by plural verb. Future tense, don't care. Okay, tak perlu fikir banyak sangat dah pasal singular or plural subject. Here, it always gonna take the present ataupun root form of it, so it's usually gonna be plural. Okay, alright. So here, let me give you another one. Oh, sorry. Another contoh. Okay, so look at this. He will come to New York tomorrow. Okay, so your subject here is he and it's a singular verb. Singular subject. But your verb is in plural. So macam Miss cakap tadi, bila pakai future tense, tak perlu fikir pasal singular ataupun plural. It will always go back to the base form, and usually when you use base form, your verb will be in plural form. Okay? Alright, because singular yang kena tambah S. Okay? Alright, so here, he will come to New York tomorrow. So it's happening tomorrow. In general, he will come to New York. So here, come is the root word. Cash, are you okay? Hi, Misho. Welcome. You're a bit late though, but don't worry. You can replay this video later. We have covered actually word of the week. So hopefully you can rewind that because I'm going to test you next week. No, I'm kidding. No test. Alright. So what we covered is the simple future and a few examples. Okay. Any question? Because I'm going to touch on the on the second one. Okay. So this one in general, something that's going to happen in the future. Okay, you schedule something, but you're not being specific ataupun like you're telling I schedule something. Yeah, that's gonna happen, but I don't tell. I'm not gonna tell you when or how or like on a specific time, but it's gonna happen. Okay, so this is what simple future being used. Oh, before we move on, now there's another way to explain an action that is gonna happen in the future other than using this formula. There's one more. Let me just use it. Let me share it here, which is this one. Ta-da! You learned this last week. Present continuous. Other than explaining something is happening in the present at a particular moment. Also, if something is going to happen in the future, okay, you can also use present continuous. Okay, how do you use it? You will have this am, is, are, okay, the verb to be, right? Or before that, tambah subject lah. Subject, and then going to. And then ask, and then put the verb. Okay, so that's one way to, this is one way, but also there's another way as well. Subject plus am, is, are, and then verb, ing. So there's two ways actually for you to use present continuous to explain future, simple future case. Okay, so this is one way. Let me give you one example. He is writing a letter later. Okay, so here we know dia tak tulis lagi, but he will write one. So, but the thing is, instead of you use he will write a letter, you can also write it he is writing a letter later. Okay, so this is another way to explain something that is gonna happen in the future. So, either use simple future, that formula. Okay, so yeah, but banyak pula. Okay, so this is the first one that you can use, or you can use this as well. Okay, got two lah, or one or two. Now, something is happening next week at 8 p.m. I'm gonna teach chemistry tomorrow at 4 p.m. For example, okay? So, it's happening in the future, and I'm telling you an exact time, particular time, very specific. Then, you will need to use this tense. Okay, so if you have some specific timing, you use this one. Future continuous. Okay, very specific. Mama bagi tahu pukul berapa. Okay, nak buat sesuatu tu in the future. Minggu depan pukul berapa nak jumpa? Pukul 3 petang. Okay, aku jumpa kau. Okay, very specific. Dah set timing semua. So you use this one. Okay, so any action that is scheduled to happen on in a particular at a particular time in the future. Okay, any action, any verb that is scheduled to happen at a particular time in the future. Okay, particular, specific. Okay, another way to say it, specific. Very specific. Okay, now macam mana formula dia? Okay, macam simple future and present continuous ada formula dia. Right? Formula dia, you have your subject. Okay, subject he, will, she, the one who's gonna do the verb, right? Then you add this word, will, and then tambah be, and then your verb, B-E-R-B-I-N-G. Okay? Subject, you tambah will, you tambah be, and then your verb, okay, the verb that the subject is doing is spelled with I-N-G. Okay? Alright, so ini formula dia. Let me give you 2 examples how can you use this future continuous. If you have a certain timing that you plan to do something in the future. Okay, number 1. Oops. Yes, I will be sleeping at around 7 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, so saya akan tidur dalam pukul 7. Saya masih akan tidur dalam pukul 7 esok. Okay, so maksudnya kalau you pergi rumah I pukul 7 esok, you will find me sleeping. Okay, nampak tak bangun subuh tu? Astagfirullahaladzim, kantor ni. No, I miss bangun subuh. Alright, so here I will be sleeping. So I is your subject here. Okay, so this is your subject. And then you ada perkataan will, and then you ada perkataan be. Alright, so ada will be. Then your verb kena dalam bentuk ing. So here, sleeping. Oh sorry, tak nampak. Sorry. Kena hati-hati. Okay, so sleeping. Sleeping ni kata root word dia adalah sleep. So you just tambah ing. Alright, so let me give you another one. Okay, sorry Miss Padam, don't worry. You can replay this video and take note later. Sebab nak tulis the second example for that. Okay, so the second one. He will be working at the office while you watch a movie. Okay, for this example, he will be working at the office while you watch a movie. Okay, why is this a specific or a particular time? Okay, so here kenapa dia specific? Because bila tengah tengok movie, while you watch a movie, he is working. He will be working at the office. So if you're not watching the movie, so he's not will be working lah. So he will be working while you watch a movie. So very particular. Okay, very specific. Bila you tengah tengok movie, he is working in the office. Okay, so that's why here it's the future continuous. So here is your subject. Okay, this is your subject. And then nampak tu will be. Okay, ada will dengan be. Then your verb here, the root word is work. So you tambah dengan ing. So that's why it's working. Now remember. Oh, sorry. So remember just now that I shared last week, there's a table that I asked that you can use to tukar or like find as much as you can the different forms of the verb, because sometimes some of the words for, some of the verbs can, when you change it into ing, like this one is as simple as work and then tambah ing. Some word, you kena tukar sikit dia punya spelling. Say for example, stop. If you change it to ing, how do you spell it? Siapa nak try? Misho or Kash, want to try? How do you spell stop if you add ing to it? If you change it to the ing form, how do you spell stop? You want to try? Misho, Kash, or anyone in the call? How do you spell stop with ing? How do you spell stop? You want to try? No? Nobody? Okay. This is how you spell it. Stop it. So you kena tambah satu P. Okay? Wait. Well, yes, stop is like wait. Okay? But here. So stop, if you change it to ing, double P. It's not one P. Double P. Okay? So that's why if you can use the table that I gave you, try to try to find the different forms of the verb so that you know how to spell it when you change the form of it. No worries, it's fine. It's good that you do mistakes now so that you learn later. Okay? Any question? Ask me. Okay. So this is the example for simple future and future continuous. Okay. Let's do exercise. Okay, I'm gonna padam kejap, okay, and then I'm gonna write the latihan, and then we're gonna go through it together. Okay, don't worry, you can replay the video if you need to write your notes. Right, kejap sorry, give me a few sec. Semua clear Faham Hopefully everyone understands. Alright. Let's do this. Where's my example? Okay. Let me write 3 of them, and then we're going to go through together. Okay. Alright, so I'll give you 3 here. Let's do it together. Now, so what you need to do is change this Alright, change this verb into simple future. Not only the verb, this sentence, how do you answer it with simple future tense? Okay, so I blank play football in the evening. Okay, petang saya main bola sepak pada waktu petang. Okay, number one, playing. You forgot one thing. This is simple future. Okay, so here it is playing. You can say playing, boleh, tapi if you are using the present continuous. Now, if you use simple future here, I will play. Remember just now when future tense, okay, when you use will and then, not play, root word. So for simple future, okay, so for simple future, your formula is will and then tambah. So for example, that one, play dalam root word dia. No need to change anything. Okay? Kalau continuous, if I give you at 5 p.m. in the evening, then you would use the playing one. Okay? Now, that's number one. So I will play football in the evening. So this is general in the future. I'm not giving you a certain time where you're going to play. So that's why you will use simple future. But if it's at certain timing, pukul 6 baru nak pergi main, tepat pukul 6, okay? Specific time, then you will use the playing, okay? The playing form. Good one. Thank you, Kash, for trying. Okay, so that's number one. Second one, we blank visit our aunt tomorrow. Okay, so ni tomorrow nak pergi visit makcik. Tapi ni tak spesifik pukul berapa. In general, tomorrow we akan pergi jumpa aunt. Nampak tak? Miss baru je bagi korang jawapan tadi. Terpasal. Okay, so here we will visit. Tak payah tukar. But you need to add the word will. Okay? Number third. Okay, third one. He blank meet us there next week. So next week, dia akan jumpa kita. Next week. Okay? Next week, minggu depan. Alright, so here, tambah will. He will meet us there next week. Okay? No need to change. Here, for simple future, your verb is the root form. No need to change the spelling. Take the base, the root form ataupun the base form of it. Original, will meet. Thank you, Cash. Okay, so this is the simple future. Let me give you the future continuous one. Betul. Give me 1 second. Alamak. Tak apalah, aku tulis sini lah. Nanti lambat. My future continuous. Where's my example? Ayah. Sorry, give me 1 second. Future continuous. Oh, sorry. This one doesn't have it. Where's my future continuous? Woo! So, kalau future continuous, Give me 1 second, sorry. To us, to us at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Okay. Hopefully you can see it. If you can, oh mak, sengitnya. Sorry. Okay. So here, if you cannot see it, if you can, if it's not clear, let me know. Alright. So yes, this one is the simple future. Awesome, you understand. I'm just afraid that people don't understand. If you don't understand, ask. Good. Thank you. Alright. So here, this is the future continuous. Why? It's specific. Look at the first one. He blank swim in the pool tomorrow at 10 a.m. So this guy, he ni, dia akan mandi in the pool, dekat pool apa, kolam, okay, esok pukul 10. So I specify tomorrow at 10 a.m. you will see the guy tengah mandi dekat dalam pool. Okay, so here you will need to use future continuous. Siapa ingat tadi punya apa? The formula, siapa ingat? Teng. Sorry dah padam, ambil kau. Testing you guys. Alright, so kalau future continuous, your formula kena ada will and then be. And then your verb kena ing. Right, so here, he will be swimming in the pool tomorrow at 10 a.m. So here, swimming, when you spell it, I don't know if you can see it, hopefully you can see it, sorry, pardon my writing here. So swimming here, you have to spell it with double M, okay, not only one M. You just don't simply swim and then tambah ing. You have to add another M. Okay, so this is how you spell swim in the ing form. Okay, so he will be swimming in the pool tomorrow at 10 a.m. Okay, second one. They play the game at 8 p.m. next Friday. So mereka main game apa permainan pukul 8 next Friday. Okay, Jumaat minggu depan pukul 8 diorang akan main permainan tu. Okay, so here because it's specific in the future, okay, in the future next Friday, but it's specific at 8 p.m. certain timing, particular. So this is where you need to use future continuous. So here apa ni? Will be playing. Good. Thank you, Kash. So here they will be playing. Well done. Wah, Kash, you master already. After this, can take exam already. Okay, so they will be playing the game at 8 p.m. next Friday. Last one. What time is it? Okay, so if I think I have a few more, I'm gonna mix it up. See whether can you tell whether it's future or not. Future, simple future, or future continuous. I'm gonna give you probably 3 more examples. Okay, so here the headmaster blank speak to us at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, so headmaster apa nama sebenarnya? Headmaster, guru besar. Okay, so guru besar nak bercakap dengan kami pukul 11 esok. Okay, so specific. Tomorrow pukul 11 the headmaster nak cakap. Okay, so here you will need to use future continuous. Kashmina will be speaking. Well done. Wah, Kashmina, you're on a roll tonight. Okay, so will be speaking. Yang lain janganlah diam, tolong kena try juga. Okay, in my class you need to try, because if you don't try you won't know whether you're doing right or wrong. It's better to get it wrong now in the class when you're learning with me, or probably with your teacher in your time sekolah kan. Do mistakes so that masa dekat exam tak ada buat salah, because you know what is the right answer already. Okay, alright. So that's for the simple future and future continuous. Let me write 3 more examples. I'm not gonna tell you if it's future continuous or simple future. Let's do this. How am I at time? Okay, I got time. Okay, so let me write it on this side. Probably we can do 5 more actually. Woo, I got time. Woo. Let's do it sampai muntah so that you can really master it. And sometimes you get confused actually, because sometimes you can confuse between simple future and also present continuous. But it's fine, because as long as kalau konteks ataupun nak bagi tahu something is happening in the future, right? It's fine. Okay? Alright. So here, let me give you this question. Wait. Give me a few minutes, sorry. On. Okay, I'm good. Alright, so I got 4 examples here. Sebab nak tulis 5 tak muat pula. Okay, so if we've got time, I'll add another one on this side. Right, so here, I didn't tell you which one is simple future or future continuous. Alright, so the first one. My brother blank put on that shirt tomorrow morning. So here, I wonder if it's simple future or future continuous. Remember, simple future, it's something is happening in the future, but you don't specify on a certain time. Future continuous, you specify particular at what time. So here, got no time. So it means simple future. Will put. Yes, thank you, Kash. Alright, so will put on that shirt tomorrow morning. Okay, before we move to the next one, right, I wanted to also do this with you. Other than my brother will put on that shirt tomorrow morning, if you use the present continuous, how would it look like? So, other than will put, this is right, okay, this is right. Another way to write it also, my brother is going to put on that shirt tomorrow morning. Okay, so this is a second way for you to answer. Dua-dua betul. Okay, this is the simple future. This one is the present continuous. Kita dah belajar minggu lepas. So other than trying to describe something that is particular happening on a certain moment, also if it's gonna happen in the future, you can also use present continuous as well. This is the formula, is going to, and then the verb. Okay, so that's another way to do it. Now, second one. he blank tell you the story this evening? So here, look at the timing. It's general, so simple future as well. So when you use simple future, you're just gonna add will and then the word itself. No need to change. Jangan kau kata gate nak tambah something. Just use the root word to it. No need to change it. So here, your answer is he will tell you. Okay, he will tell you the story this evening. Oh, yes, thank you, Cash. Oh, she's on a roll tonight. She or he, I don't know. I cannot see the... Oh, it's a she. Okay, I see you put picture, the photo there. Okay, so here, number 3. Habis kau. Miss tak ajar pun pasal soalan macam mana ni. Okay, that's why I want to put that so that I can tell you. Okay, so here, when you deal with a question that is gonna ask you for something that's happening in the future, this is how you answer it. Okay, this is what the form of the question will be. Okay, so here, when you just letak will, you be in Singapore again. So here, you kena tukar sikit dia punya structure. So here, you will ask the question, okay, so here is the question word, and then tambah will, and then tambah subject, and then tambah be. Okay, so question, when, what, where, I don't know lah, how, any WH question, any question words, will, subject, so here is your subject, this is your subject, plus be, and then the story lah. Okay, the context. So if it's a question, this is how it looks like. When will you go and come and see me tomorrow? Blah, blah. When will you buy me ice cream? Okay, so this kind of thing. Alright, so this is how you put it in a question. Now, last one. Okay, I got time. Okay, last one. We blank tell him the news tomorrow at 9 p.m. So here, look at the timing. Very specific. Okay, so I'm telling you tomorrow and it's at 9 p.m. So you have to use future continuous. So when we use future continuous, you will need to put will plus be and then plus the verb in ing. Cash, well done. Awesome. So here, we will be telling. Good, betul spelling tu. Okay, so here it's not just simply tambah ing, kena tambah satu lagi. Oh no, ini tambah ing saja. I forgot, macam tiba-tiba pula aku kurang kan. Sorry. Okay, so yes, awesome, good job Cash. So we will be telling him the news tomorrow at 9 p.m. Why we are using this form? Okay, yang future continuous ni, because particularly at 9 p.m. Okay? Alright. So now you have learned how to use future tense, simple future tense, present continuous tense, and also future continuous tense on how to answer when someone comes and asks you, when are you going to have your birthday party? Next week? Next month? Next 2 years? Janganlah lambat sangat. Okay? So, something that is happening in the future, you can use future tense. Alright? So, hopefully, you learned something from me today. And if FYI, actually, at the beginning of the video, I actually shared a word for the word of the week. Now, if you feel that this is helping, hopefully I can continue this again next week so that I can help you to increase your vocab. Not only the grammar, your vocab also, vocab as in vocabulary, also matters for you to write a lot of good and wonderful sentences. Thank you so much. Now I'm ready how to learn future tense. Awesome! Alright, that's all for me, folks. See you when I see you. Bye-bye! Okay, bye-bye. Belum? Dah?